I ask consent that between now and 6 p.m., senators be permitted to speak for up to 10 minutes each.
Without objection, so ordered.
I ask unanimous consent. The Senate proceed to executive session to consider nominations number 338, 339, 341, and 343.
Does the senator yield?
No.
Well, I object. You asked for consent, and I object.
Okay, Mr. President, inside the House Republican bubble, the crowd cheered a plan to deny health insurance to tens of millions of Americans or else shut down the government. Outside the House Republican bubble, the reaction was altogether different. The radical Tea Party plan to shut down the government unless Democrats agree to deny funding to implement Obamacare, passed by the House of Representatives on Friday, has been called the dumbest idea ever by one Republican senator. It's been called a box canyon, a morass from which Republicans will not escape unscathed, by a second Republican senator. It's been called dishonest by one Republican senator and a suicide note by another Republican senator. So, Mr. President, the reviews are in, and they're universal. The ransom demanded by House Republicans in exchange for keeping the government open is unworkable and unrealistic. President Obama has been clear, and I've been clear. Any bill that defunds Obama and his health care plan is dead on arrival in the Senate. The Affordable Care Act has been the law of the land for 4 years now. Democrats are willing to work with reasonable Republicans to improve this law. But we will now understand that there's an anarchy movement that's afoot. The lead editorial in the New York Times Wednesday of last week said that. But we're not going to bow to Tea Party anarchists who deny the mere fact that Obamacare is the law. We will not bow to Tea Party anarchists who refuse to accept the Supreme Court ruled Obamacare to be constitutional. And we will not bow to Tea Party anarchists in the House or in the Senate who ignore the fact that President Obama was overwhelmingly reelected a few months ago. These fanatics really point to disapproval for Obamacare as justification for taking the federal government and our economy hostage to their demands. What they fail to mention to the American people and to the Senate and to the House is that 59% of Americans either support the law or wish it were even more far-reaching and transformative of our health care delivery system, according to a CNN poll. The vast majority of Americans, including those who disapprove of the health care law, want Congress to work to improve it, not to tear it down. And according to a new CNBC poll, Americans overwhelmingly oppose defunding Obamacare, especially if it means shutting down the government to do so. So, Mr. President, the facts are that the vast majority of the American people are satisfied with Obamacare. The simple fact remains Obamacare is the law of the land and will remain the law of the land as long as Barack Obama is President of the United States and as long as I'm Senate Majority Leader. The latest gamble by Republicans in the House of Representatives made with the backing of their radical allies in the Senate only postpones the inevitable. This week, the United States Senate will act as quickly as Tea Party Republicans will allow. Once the Senate has acted, House Republicans will face a choice, whether to pass a clean, continuing resolution or shut down the federal government. So the question, are extremist Republicans really willing to shut down the government? Time will only tell.